What's going on, everybody? All Things Gaming here with another video, and today I'm going to be doing a video for the best tips and tricks on Cyberpunk 2077. And for the next few months, my main focus is going to be Cyberpunk, guys. So if you already subscribed to my channel and you do not want to watch videos about Cyberpunk for the next few months, I would either suggest, putting the bell to none there, or just unsubscribing altogether, because this is where I'm going. This is what I'm going to be doing. This is my interest. And all right, guys, now, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump on into the video. So first tip I'm going to give you, number one, is go over to the gun shop right below V's apartment, okay? And over there, you're going to find a gun there to buy. It's going to be free. And the gun's going to be called Dying Light. I don't have the gun because I've already purchased it. And I made the mistake of breaking it down because it was a low-level gun, and I thought, this is useless. Well, I didn't realize at the time that all the guns that have that little background behind them, like the 5 guns I have here, they're iconic guns. And iconic guns, you can't get back once you break down, so do not break those guns down, because you can level them up all the way to legendary, no matter what it is. As long as it's an iconic gun, you can level them up. This might be the most important tip there is. Tip number 2, do not break down iconic weapons. That is something I wish I would have known when I first started out. But anyways, once you get that Dying Light gun, you can level it up much faster than you can most guns at this point. Now later on, you will find guns like this gun, Death and Taxes here, which in my opinion, out of all the guns I've found, is the most powerful and the best gun on the game. And I'm going to say the second best gun will be precision rifles like the Widowmaker here. The Widowmaker is probably my second favorite gun on the game behind Death and Taxes. So when you do find the Widowmaker, keep it. Do not break it down. All right, now tip number 4-ish. I don't know how many I've had so far. So we're going to say tip number 4 is level up your technical ability. And your character menu, level up your technical ability attribute. The reason I say this, and I'm going to go back to the iconic weapons, those iconic weapons can be upgraded, but only if you have the required perks. When you do missions, you get perks and attribute points to assign wherever you please. I would suggest to assign them to technical ability. The reason I say that is because in order to craft legendary weapons, you need to have technical ability leveled up to, I believe it's 18. And once you get it leveled up to 18, you need to get the Edge Runner Artisan perk in order to craft legendary weapons. Legendary weapons are very important on this game, especially in the higher level areas. If you do not have a legendary weapon, you ain't going to stand a chance. You will not hold a candle to those people. Alright, now the most important perk you need to get starting off is the Mechanic perk. With the Mechanic perk, you gain more upgrade components from breaking down items. So this would be the first perk I get. And then behind that, I would get the Scrapper perk. The Scrapper perk, basically any junk you pick up gets scrapped. If you get the Mechanic perk and the Scrapper perk, everything you get that is being broken down is being almost doubled. So tip number 5, like 6, 7, 8, get the technical ability leveled up. And get the Mechanic and the Scrapper perk. You will thank me later once you get higher up in the levels and you realize how much you need technical ability. You can even use it to open certain doors on certain missions that you have to go a long way around versus just simply opening up the door. Alright guys, next tip, crafting. Go over to crafting, click on upgrades, and then the weapon that you're using, I wouldn't suggest upgrading weapons that you aren't using, but click on the weapon you're using, go down there and click upgrade. As you see, it makes the gun more powerful. If I'd have known this starting out at the very beginning, I would have been a lot further along a lot quicker. So not only can you upgrade a gun from epic to legendary, but you can go in there and upgrade them by each level. Every level you get another upgrade. So if you're level 34, you'll have 34 upgrades on a weapon. Alright guys, tip number 2077. L1 is going to be your best friend. When you press L1, you can look around the room and you will see things that you might have missed. They will glow, they will have that little white box on top of them. The fire thing over here will look like that. And you do have to be within a visual range of the item sometimes, but generally you wouldn't see it if you didn't hold in L1. Some of the things will pop up like TVs and stuff that you can distract enemies with. They will pop up with a little red thing on them. Other things will pop up in different colors. Anything else other than red is generally stuff you can pick up, including this rare item here. Everything else that is red is distract enemies or something of that nature. You wouldn't believe the amount of stuff you would miss. Yeah, and I know this seems simple, guys, but it took me a while to figure it out. So I'm sure there's people out there that wasn't able to figure it out as quickly either. All right, next tip is going to be mod slots on your inventory. You will notice that the rare items and higher will have mod slots. And because of those mod slots, just because an item shows that it's better, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's better. You can add mods onto these certain ones that have the little dots on them. See those little 3 dots? They will all be generally white. The only reason mine are that color is because I have mods attached. And if you do see those white dots on the item, it means you can add mods to it. Obviously, if you have 3 mods. They do have blue items that you can add 3 mods to. But anyways, guys, just keep an eye on that. Just remember that. Just because it shows a green arrow does not mean it's necessarily better. Now, you can find these crafting specs where you can craft these at a gun shop, and you just have to go to different gun shops. You can find crafting specs for mods for your weapons as well. You know, several different mods you can put on your weapons. Just keep an eye out for that. The next tip is when you see stuff that says Jack In on it. The best bet is to try to go for the second and third one. I wouldn't start with 1. I would start with 2 and then work my way down to 3. You'll know what I mean. It'll make more sense. Just jot this down. And when you run across it, you'll understand. Another thing I wanted to talk about here would be looting. I did say earlier that you want to loot everything you can. Everything you can find, loot. Looting is very important to get the crafting materials, different things. Also, you will find money in crates or little boxes that are labeled JIM something. It's a little goldish, golden brown box. You'll find money in those almost every time. So make sure we're looting everything that we can. It's very important that you do loot and you do explore. Just because it says you need to go here doesn't mean you need to go there. But anyways, guys, let's go ahead and get into the last tip, side missions. You want to make sure you're doing all your side jobs. It's very important that you do. You can get some really cool stuff from side jobs. You can get some guns. I mean, some pretty cool stuff. I would 100% suggest running your side jobs. And it also makes the ending better. Also, you do need to finish the side missions before proceeding ahead for the best endings possible. And you see that mission there, it says meet Hanako at Embers. Once you get to that mission, it is the point of no return. You cannot go back once you start that mission up. So when you get to that mission, it's better to go and do all the gigs, all the side jobs, and even the little stuff sitting around the map. You'll see little police things, you help the police with this or whatever. So just make sure, you guys get all that done before you start that mission up. All right, and this is the Meet Hanako at Embers mission. Remember, that is the last mission before starting the end of the game, basically. And there's, like I said, there are several different endings. I'm not going to ruin it. But if you do all your side jobs and you do them correctly, you will get a special surprise ending. Now, I do have a lot more tips, but we'll save that for another video. I've dragged this on long enough. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope this helps.